yeah, and then I started getting private lessons because I thought I was even better. So I was like, right, I'm going to, but I paid this woman and it was in this high rise that I used to have to go to. And I remember it was the most bizarre place I've ever sort of put myself in because it was one of those pink high rises in Surfers Paradise and her view overlooked the whole of Surfers Paradise and the decor in it was that real, the plush pile carpet, but with the
gaudy. Is that the word?
Real gaudy, like marble statues and the big mirrors and
perfect for singing.
Yeah, and I'm in this room trying to sing, and it was just weird. Anyway,
can you remember some of the things because I haven't had a singing lesson ever, or maybe once, but I'm always interested now that I'm a singer.
Yeah,
that like, whoa, maybe I should get a lesson just to know some facts.
Yeah,
do you remember any?
I know. Yeah, we had to do a lot of that, and all the
give us one.
The sheets that she gave us, like actually having your mouth correct, for each note. Like
that's annoying.
Ooh, like really having and then every note like oohs and ahs and ees, and we had to practice those for hours.
Boring.
I know.
Boring.
It's like, ooh, ah, ee. So anyway, I gave up.
My theory on
career.
that. Okay, yeah, because I did that. Come to think of it, in an acting school for a year, we had this music class. So come to think, I remember just going, and what I've grown to find about myself, or anyone, I try and tell anyone, because most people go, I can't sing. And you go, hang on a minute, you actually need to sing 4 songs.
Yeah.
Because at the start off mellow, but at the end of the 4th song, it's just like a muscle. If you start running, if I ran from here to the newsagent down the street, I'd probably be panting down there. But if I kept running and ran to the IGA at Colenbrander, you sort of get into like a muscle movement.
Yeah.
Sort of like, okay, my breathing, my body is transformed. It's exactly the same with singing.
Yeah.
By the end of the 4th song, you're like, yes, every tone and note comes out, and you then judge whether you're a good singer.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose. I don't think I sang 4 songs in a row.
Yeah, well, that's what she did wrong. Like, how boring. Oh, no, I've got to go to, and just go, oh, ha, ha.
Yeah.
That's what we did.
And then the songs that she actually got us to sing, because we did the group songs, was like the Dixie Chicks,
Oh, wow.
So not my genre.
Wow.
I don't mind a bit of country.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Well, I suppose they do a lot of harmonies, right?
Yeah, and I think that's what she wanted to make, so that in the group there was obviously different, different voices, different levels, different, but it was funny because I remember just driving, I'm a 90s girl, so, my background is, Nirvana and Alice in Chains, Soundgarden, and that sort of stuff.
Talking to me now.
That's where my love of music came from, and that's when I started in, high school. So, I think I was like 20 at the time, driving through Surface on the way home, singing like
with the lights out,
but singing the Dixie Chicks all the way home.
Can you remember the chorus? I can't think of. I know someone tried to belt a Dixie Chicks song to me for 6 months. I'm like, I still can't remember it. It was a great song, don't get me wrong. But
I'm not sure if it's a Dixie Chicks song that I'm remembering because there was a couple, but it's just a little crush. Who sings that?
It's just a little crush. She tried to get you to sing that one.
We sang that as well. So I'd be driving home just going,
that's a tricky song.
It's just a little crush. And I'm like, what is wrong with me? Get some Kurt Cobain in there.
Tell me, John.
Yeah, you know the one?
Yeah. I can't think of who it is. No, I don't think it is. It's like a full pop song.
Yeah, totally pop song. So
that's going to drive me nuts all day. Thanks.
And then I had my singing debut at my 25th birthday.
Yeah?
I sang the song Thank You by Dido.
Right.
And anyway, so...
But let me guess. How did you warm up?
With beer.
Yeah. So, you know what I mean? Like you would have sang that song and by the end you would have probably gone, I feel sort of all right. But
I did actually. I thought I did a really good job of it. And then one of my really close friends, she goes, everyone was like, yay, go Anita, you sang your own birthday song. Good on you. And then my friend's like, okay, well, I'm going to now sing her a song. And this is for her. And she was seriously She's really good singer.
That bitch.
I know.
She sang the same song?
No, she sang a different one, but fully staged me at my birthday. And then that was it. I was like,
she needs to be found. She needs to be.
I'm never singing again.
John Stevens would never do that.
No, exactly. And I
really?
So I was like, oh, okay. Singing career, done.
Yeah, but is she tall? Is she blonde? No,
exactly.
Is it her birthday? No. Oh, really?
Yeah, so...
you do music now, though, don't you? No?
No, I'm not... no.
Oh.
I've had, guitars over the years and, played a little bit, but, no.
It's kind of the thing, I was sort of forced into it with mates when I was younger, and I'm so happy now.
Yeah.
Because now it's just like, I don't have to think about learning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just like Japanese.
Yeah.
I'm learning Japanese, but it's like I'm too old now. Like my kids are just... They're only 4. You know, like how did that happen? I was in the same room. I can't work it out. Somehow these kids have just learned Japanese before my very eyes. I could speak it. I'm not being ignorant, but there's the proof.
And kids are like that. I know my dad recently went back to Holland last year, and he still sort of does know a little bit about the Dutch language. Anyway, where he was staying, they were staying, and there was a young 5-year-old there. Yeah. And my dad loved it because this 5-year-old had the same amount of knowledge with the Dutch language as my father. So they could have like really long conversations because it was really simple. It wasn't complex or anything like that. Yeah. So, it's just that the kids, they pick things up so easily. And it's the same with, me with the guitar. I'm like, it's too hard. And,
you've got too many adult brain things happening in your head. I'm no good at this. Someone's going to judge me.
Exactly. And the only person, you're judging is yourself, basically. Like, no one really cares. But, I mean, I'd love to pick up the guitar. That's one of my things. And one other thing I've always wanted to be is a drummer. I think that's, chicks on drums. I think that's sexy.
Jump on that and have a go right now.
All right, hang on.
Have you ever...
This is going to be awesome.
Yeah, of course. Have you ever drummed? Yeah. No. Oh, here you go. Okay. Anita Colenbrander. Somewhere. It's your big day. Are they not anywhere on the ground in a bag? No? Really? Okay, just use your hands for a minute, all right? And do the top ones. Wow. I think, I can... Yes. I can tell you're going to make it.
I'm seriously going to be a drummer
something
next.
Good about being behind the drums.
I know, you just get to cool. Bash things.
Yeah.
That's, I think, probably what it is. It's like that. Yeah. One of my good friends drummed for... oh, man. I've just made an idiot out of myself.
Metallica.
No, it's nearly on par with Metallica, the Violent Femmes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
He lives in London, and we consider, we call him Gra Animal because he's just like crazy on the drums. He used to live in Brisbane. And, he got a call up to play drums for the lead singer from Violent Femmes. And he said it was...
a great band.
Yeah, he went on tour with them through London, and he just said it was one of the most...
What band... Do you remember what band he was in the 90s in Brisbane?
He was in a few bands, but the first band I met him in he was in a band called Fawcett.
Maybe heard the name at the time.
Yeah. So, and he's been in a few since. Fawcett.
Yeah, I think I do. Yeah, and they might have been a really technical band.
Yeah, they were.
Pangaea. Yeah, actually, there was Pangaea who became Regurgitator or Ben.
I love Pangaea.
I remember Fawcett, I think. I was in a band back then in a band called Bullrush in those days. Bullrush. Okay. Yeah, and that, again, speaking of names, I didn't like that name. I was the rhythm guitar player. I didn't like that name from the word go, and it was a great band. It was pretty much an AC/DC copy. You know? So when Nirvana was happening, we were Dags. Let's face it. From Logan, even worse. Yeah, but it was a great band. We had lots of dudes loving our guitars. Yeah. But no women. which is key. But a girl, we moved to Sydney together. So we did a lot of gigs with those bands like Fawcett, and I'm pretty sure I remember. But anyway, we moved to Sydney, and at in one of these crazy nights out, this girl almost sat me and the bass player down and said, "You have to change your name. You can't be a band and have any animals in your name, or like any sort of like a male kind of like bull." And it was just like, "You're so right."
Oh, really?
We've already got two albums. Like, it's kind of split the band up, to be honest. The bass player and I, it was such a defining moment. Don't have a band like
Bull Rush.
Yeah, it kind of instantly makes you think they're country, or it turns out like Christian stuff. There's some Bible story about the bull rushes. It turned out, and we're like, meanwhile Nirvana are just slaying, and all the girls love it. You know. Yeah. So there's a lot in names.
Yeah, totally. I mean, you've got like She Had.
They
changed their name to Pacifier.
Oh, they shouldn't have done that.
I know. They lost so many fans.
Yeah, I didn't even contemplate that She Had was jihad. I didn't even think it was in the same ballpark. He obviously is, but
exactly,
it was their own thoughts.
Yeah, and I mean, we loved them for that. So it was, Do you want
to know a funny one?
Yes.
A year after that happened, Frenzal Rom.
Yes.
Okay, on April Fool's Day. Oh, this was perfect. I got to tell this right. So She Had changed their name to Pacifier. Everyone went, A year later, on April Fool's Day, Frenzal Rom put out a press release to every radio station, record label in the country, said, due to economic times and things, Frenzal Rom will now be changing their name to She Had to try and climb up the lucrative ladder.
I remember that.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, they're such smartasses. How perfect. And John Toogood was like, "You bastards, you bastards."
Yes, that's awesome.
She Had a great band.
Yeah. And they're coming back. They've, but they lost momentum.
They lost that. Yeah, that's right. The key, hey?
Yeah.
Just everyone went, oh. Now we're going to be sad about you for a minute.
Yeah. And we really want to love you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And some diehard fans, I think, stuck by them, but it just changes everything.
Yeah. And to go to a name like Pacifier.
Yeah.
Just your image of why. It sounds like that's that song. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. And I mean, I suppose that, bands go through so many different changes, as you probably know as well. Like, you having to change your name, split up your band, and then you've also got like bands that they kick out their lead singer. Yeah. And then they keep their name and then replace
and they're
just
band. Shadows of their former selves.
Yeah, and it's like, really? You can't do that. Like and the butterfly effect.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, they're a really good band, and the front singer, that he had that signature voice, and then he's gone now because of the whole political side of whatever it was that, they had issues with, and now they've replaced him with someone else. And where are they now? Yeah.
And their fans are forced to say this every single time they leave the venue. Oh, it was great, but you know what I like about, just like, poor guys. That's kind of why I stepped out of original music when I was turning 26. Hang on. Magic Dirt. Okay, there were a lot of big bands. Yeah, a lot of big bands, and I was noticing the touring circuit. I was hang on a minute, these guys aren't. My friends were starting to own houses. So here I am still rocking out in a Econo van with the boys. And someone's telling us Bull Rush is bad. But, and mates are getting married and houses and jet skis over here. And realizing, hang on, maybe you don't make a lot of money. Maybe,
definitely a love job, isn't it?
Yeah, you have to have all the keys in those four guys. You're going to spend the rest of the time. So if one of them's a bit like, I don't know, mate. I don't know if you can speak like John Stevens, say,
Yeah.
And you knew that from day one. There was something about they're tough, but I love bands.
Yeah.
Feeling
how
like
many bands are you in now?
I'm in 2 right now.
Okay. And they're both cover bands?
No, one's an original band.
Oh,
okay. The Bastards.
Oh, that's right. You were saying the Bastards.
Yeah, and the Bastards are kind of interesting because we're all boxers. So we make boxing dance music.
Really?
Yeah. It's a simple...
like as in like
really,
boxers? Like...
Yeah, we are like fighting.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So,
are you professional? Like you actually box?
No, but I've had a couple of fights. But
okay.
But yeah, our music is